Welcome to the Tea Mind, and for those of you that are new around here, I'm Erica, and this is the podcast where we pause, put the kettle on, and reconnect with what really matters. Each episode is your invitation to slow down and explore how something as simple as a cup of tea can become a gateway to mindfulness, mental fitness, and a more present way of living. We will sip our way through practical tea routines, powerful insights, and heartfelt stories. Some weeks it's just you and me, and some weeks we'll hear from inspiring guests. But every week it's a chance to recalibrate, to pause, rebalance, and thrive. So grab your favourite mug, breathe deeply, and join me in the art of living with a tea mind. Hello, in today's episode, we are going to be exploring the simple yet powerful ritual of tea as a remedy for stress, disconnection, and the noise of modern life. We'll sip science, story, and stillness together. So if you're feeling stretched a little bit too thin or wired but tired, then this episode is for you. So pop the kettle on, and we're about to reclaim a small moment that can hold surprising power. Let's begin by getting real. Most of us are tired. And not just, I need a little nap tired, but really tired to the bones tired. The kind of tired that a good night's sleep just really can't touch the sides of. We live in a world that really rewards hustle and urgency and doing more, more, more. But our nervous system, it runs on rhythm, not rushing. And you know this already. We know that stress is bad. We know that slowing down is good, but yet we rarely do it. And if we do, not often enough. Because quite often rest can feel like rebellion. And I know I'm guilty of those feelings myself. And we've been taught that stillness is laziness, that pausing is weak, and that tea is a luxury, not a necessity. But what if all that is a little bit of a lie? What if we've misunderstood rest? What if it's not the opposite of productivity, but the key to it? I'd like you to imagine your nervous system as a bit of a sponge. If it stays soaked in cortisol from all that stress just all day, every day, it's unable to absorb anything new. No clarity, no creativity, no calm. But if you can squeeze that sponge out, just pause, sip, and let go, suddenly you can breathe again. And there's lots of science to back this up because there's real magic in your teacup. A study by the Tea Advisory Panel found that just 1 to 2 cups of tea or herbal infusions each day can significantly reduce stress and even improve your sleep. And it's not just comfort, there's chemistry in it as well. Because tea contains something called L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes calm without drowsiness. It's a bit like meditation, but in molecule form. Tea also contains polyphenols and antioxidants, which help to reduce inflammation, support your immune system, and might even also boost your brain, according to some science reports. Dr. Tim Bond from the Tea Advisory Panel said that tea is the main natural source of L-theanine in our diet. Tea and herbal infusions also contain polyphenols, which act as anti-inflammatories and antioxidants that can contribute to good sleep. I'll put the links to the research in the show notes as well. So, in other words, tea is much more than just a drink. It's a signal. It's a message to your body. You're safe. You can slow down now. And it's no coincidence that monks sip tea before meditation, that white tea is associated with winter and wisdom, or that every single ancient culture made time to brew leaves in silence. When you're holding that cup, you're not just hydrating yourself, you're also healing. So if you haven't made tea just yet, now is the time. Go ahead, I'll wait while you get your tea ready. So we're going to do a little tea routine together, just for 3 minutes, that's all. No app, no guru, no checklist, just you, me, and the kettle. And if you're not near your kettle just now, don't worry, you can listen along and give it a go later. So the first step, as always, is to be present. Just check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling. And then get your water ready, listening to the hum, the crescendo, the steam. And pay attention to your tea leaves, whether they're loose or bagged, and notice what tea you're drawn to today. Today I'm sipping Mighty Matty, which is a herbal infusion from South America, yerba mate, and it's got lots of tropical flavors like blackberry leaves, it's got banana chips, tangerines. It does contain some caffeine as well, which is really very unusual for a herbal infusion. So I invite you just to breathe in whichever tea you're drawn to today. To take a nice deep breath, and I invite you to relax even more as you release any tension on your exhale. And then we're going to start to brew our tea, slowly pouring your hot water over your tea leaves. I'm using my little bubble cup today, but any teapot, mug, whatever way you're brewing your tea. So just slowly pour your water over your leaves, watching the leaves dance in the water. Just breathing in calm, and breathing out any tension, noticing the aroma, feeling the temperature change in the cup in your hands. And notice that you're not rushing now, you're arriving. And as your tea's brewing, I invite you to just inhale for four counts if that's comfortable for you. Hold it for four. And exhale for six, or whatever is comfortable for you. And just repeat this. And notice how your breath slows your thoughts. Notice how your shoulders drop a little bit. I'm curious which part of your body will soften next. And as your tea brews, just do a little body scan, starting at your forehead, working your way down. Are you clenching your jaw? Are your hands gripping onto nothing? Just let your breath reach those places, sending softness, sending warmth. Just letting go of any tension that isn't helping you right now. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and take your first sip. Slowly. Feel it moving through you. Your hands, your throat, your chest. And let the warmth of your tea anchor you back in your body. In between sips, breathe. Letting this moment be enough. Let this pause be enough. And let this simplicity be enough. You don't need to fix everything today. And you don't need to be anywhere else. Just let go of the to-do list. Let go of rushing. And let go of proving. Just sip, sit, and be. So you've just reset your nervous system in just a few short minutes, and you can do this anytime you need to, again and again. And a few years ago, I used to drink tea on the go all the time without really appreciating what I was doing. I wasn't taking enough time to just sit, even just for a few moments, to really be with my tea and to slow down my thoughts and really get clear on what I was doing, why, what was important. I was really busy juggling my business, my kids, employees, just rushing around being busy and not being as productive as I possibly might have been. My to-do list kept increasing, my inbox kept increasing, and my stress kept increasing. And I remember I was always getting so much tension around about my shoulders and neck, and it just felt like everything was just piling on top of it. And I remember one day it just all got on top of me, and I walked out of the office and found myself settling on the grass in a beautiful park in the heart of Edinburgh with a cup of silver nasal white tea, and I just sat there for ages doing absolutely nothing. And I felt myself relaxing. I felt some of that stress start to leave my body as I took lovely deep breaths and felt that tension start to dissipate. And since then, I really worked on myself, which is why I've come to develop my own tea mind system. And I use the daily tea routines that I teach and the whole tea mind system linked to the Chinese five elements to help me rebalance and thrive. And it's something that I need to work on day in, day out. It's a continuous process. And it might sound like a bit of a sound bite, but it really does help me and it helps me stay in balance. So hopefully it can help you too. So these days I have my 3 o'clock reset, which isn't a treat and it's not a break, it's a non-negotiable. And it keeps me balanced and stops me getting overwhelmed. So let's reframe the narrative. We've been taught that stillness is weakness, but neuroscience and ancient wisdom really disagree. What if a tea break isn't indulgent but intelligent? Call it strategic stillness. A mini tea routine for recalibration, if you will. Because when we pause, we create space for clarity. And when we sip, we signal the shift from fight or flight to rest and digest. When we let go, we remember who we are beneath all the noise. Think of it like clearing out photos from your phone. You don't need more memory, you need more space, more bandwidth for what really matters in life. So your invitation this week is to choose one tea moment a day and make it really sacred, just for 3 minutes to pause, sip, let go. And let it be your anchor, your breath between the notes, your micro reset. Because you don't need to do more to feel better. You need to make space for stillness to do its work. And it all starts with a simple sip. So during your next tea break, ask yourself, what can I let go of today that's no longer serving me? Write it down, burn it, and then brew again tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for sharing this cup of calm with me. As you move through your day, take the tea mind with you. Pause when you can, breathe, and be kind to yourself. And please follow the Tea Mind to get new episodes as they land on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay present, sip slowly, and thanks for listening.